Agriculture is massively important to Australia, not only from a feeding Australia point of view, but we feed the world. We actually supply so many world markets.
And we have a reputation for clean and green and high quality farm produce. So that's something that we need to protect.
This here is canola stubble from last year. One of the things we did 2 years ago as we windrowed this paddock, we got a little bit of a hot burn, so therefore we end up with ryegrass escapees like this. So this ryegrass here would have had a treatment of clethodim, so a post-emergent grass spray that should have killed this ryegrass last year, and it didn't.
A lot of people thought that once herbicides came on the market, all our weed problems would disappear.
But the annual ryegrass was the first weed that we really noticed develop herbicide resistance.
Our main weeds are ryegrass and wild radish. They worked out when to germinate to avoid our weed control strategies.
If ryegrass is bad in a patch, it will take 100% of a yield.
One farmer I visited, 2 of the last 3 years, has sprayed the crop out before harvest just so he can get the weeds down to a number he's happy.
Australia has probably got the worst herbicide resistance, but Australian farmers are at the forefront of herbicide resistance management because they have to.
Aussie farmers are really innovative and they're very willing to adopt new technologies, particularly if it helps them solve the challenges they have. Herbicides are absolutely fundamental to our modern farming system because they allow us to do no-till farming. And one of the challenges we've had is that we haven't seen many new modes of action brought to market in decades.
With resistance development, if we get resistance to one mode of action, it puts more pressure on other modes of action.
And unfortunately now we feel like we're trying to control our weeds with one hand tied behind our back.
In 2024, New Farm partnered with Moa to bring new modes of action to the market.
Our work is focused not just on delivering one new mode of action herbicide, but on delivering a whole portfolio of solutions that farmers are going to need to manage weeds successfully. Partnering with a company like New Farm allows us to accelerate our work and get our products to market faster. Our most advanced projects are in field trials right now. That's a huge milestone for us to see chemistries that we've discovered here in our labs in Oxford in the field so that we can really show how they're going to work to solve problems for farmers.
We're here in Australia to see how our most advanced projects are working in different farming systems. And we've got 6 locations, 27 trials, and we're testing in 2 different climate zones here.
We're in a farmer's paddock just west of Melbourne at Werribee, and we're looking at some new compounds that Moa is developing.
In this post-emergence trial, we've got a really high weed pressure in the untreated plots. And to my right, we have the new mode of action that we tested in 2024. And in this summer season, it's delivering the same results that we saw last year. And we're comparing that to our benchmark, which here is glyphosate. But what's really exciting is what our chemists have done with that original new mode of action they had. And they've been improving it over the last few months, and they've delivered a new version of the molecule, and that's down to my left here. So you can see it's controlled all of the weeds in the plot. It's giving us fantastic weed control.
It's always great talking with colleagues like Matt from New Farm because it helps us understand how we can meet the future demands of the growers of Australia to fight their weed resistance problems.
We want the safest products available to us to use because we're like everybody else. My employees, they want to go home and live till they're 95. It's really important that what we do is sustainable and is responsible, not just today, but for many, many years.